Greetings, programmers. Let's continue on and get some of these calculations in. So I'm going to put in comments here just so that if I do have a bug, I can go back to my steps and take a look at them individually. So step 1 is going to be decrease month number by 2. So I should be able to do int month minus equals, right? That's the same as int month equals int month minus 2. And I'm going to comment out my console read, so I want to refactor this a little bit. So I'm going to do my definitions up here. And then I'll remove the definition from there. Now this should still work. But I want to run everything first and missed my semicolons. I want to run everything first to make sure my refactor works. So enter year, 1999, enter month, enter day. And now I'm subtracting 2, so 1 minus 2 is -1. That's correct. But instead of having me type that in every time, I'm going to keep this around so that I can use it later and uncomment it. But I'm just going to initialize year to be 1999, month to be 1, and day to be 5. Oops. These are strings. Need to treat them like the strings they are. So this is going to help me speed up my testing a little bit. So let's run that. So now I didn't have to type in anything. It just says enter year, month, day. Testing month is -1 for year 1999, month 1, day 5. Just like it did before, only now I don't have to put in my own data. So I can keep running and testing and check and watch that without having to type in the data every time. So step 2, if month number becomes less than or equal to 0, increment it by 12 and decrement the year by 1. Okay, so I want to add 12 to the year, or to the month, and decrease year by 1 if the month is negative. So now I need an if statement for step 2. If int month is less than 0, then I want to add 12. And I also want to decrement the year. So I need to get my year here. Int year equals convert to int 32 year. And I should kind of output that so that I know my year is. I can keep a running tab on what these values are at the end here with this testing. So I'm going to do the same thing here I did with month. I'm going to test my year. Put in int year. And now I want to decrement that year by 1. Alright, so let's run this code. So what am I expecting? I've not put in any new values. I'm expecting now that instead of at the end my month being -1, I'm going to add 12 to that, which will make it 11, and I'm going to decrease 1 from the year, which means it'll be 1998. So now, sure enough, my testing month is 11, my testing year is 1998, but my output is still correct. For year 1999, month 1, day 5, the day of the week is, and it's still hard-coded to Friday. So this output is still exactly what I expect it to be, but these values that I'm just testing right before I do my output, or making sure that I haven't inserted a bug into my calculations. All right, so step 2 appears to work. I should probably check this for months that aren't going to be negative. So I'll go ahead and change this from a 1 to a 5 temporarily. So that means I'm going to subtract 2 from it, and then that's it. I won't get into here. So the month should come back as 3, and the year should stay as 1999. Let's make sure I get what I expect. Yeah, so the month there is 3, the year is 1999. So it appears to work in both cases, whether I have a small month set or not. I'm going to go back to my 1 because that is the more interesting case where I'm running through more code. And let's go ahead and stop here, and we'll continue with some other steps in the next video.